continuity. So moving on to this chapter, the first and the most important concept that we'll learn is what is a continuous function. So the first important point is a continuous function. So what basically is a continuous function? A function fx is said to be continuous at any particular point, at a particular point x is equal to a. So we can say that the function f of x is continuous at a particular point x is equal to a if limit of x tends to a f of x is equal to f of a. So if this condition is satisfied, then we say that the particular function f of x is continuous at the point x is equal to a. So what does this mean? This is also written as limit of h tends to 0, a minus h is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h is equal to f of a. So what is h here? Basically h is a very small quantity, very small value. So limit of a minus h tends to 0, h tends to 0 says that h is a very small quantity is equal to limit h tends to 0, f of a plus h is equal to f of a. That is the left LHL. What is the LHL? LHL is the left hand limit. So LHL at a, so what does this mean? LHL at a, at x is equal to a, should be equal to RHL, that is right hand limit at a, that is equal to f of a. So that means that the left hand limit and the right hand limit should be equal for the function to be continuous. The second important point is that if the graph of a function has no break or gap or jump, then it is said to be continuous. So if suppose any graph, if we continue, if the graph is continuous and there's no break, no jump and no gap, and if the function is continuous, f of x is continuous and there's no break, nothing, so this function f of x is said to be continuous. So now what is a discontinuous function? We have learned what is a continuous function, and when a function is known to be a discontinuous function. So a function f of x can be discontinuous due to any of the following three cases. So suppose we have considered a function f of x, and we can say that this function is discontinuous on the basis of these 3 points. That is, first, limit of x tend to a minus f of x is not equal to limit of x tend to a plus f of x. This is nothing but the left hand limit, and this is nothing but the right hand limit. So if a function f of x whose left hand limit and right hand limit are not equal is said to be discontinuous at the particular point a, that is x is equal to a. So at this point it is not continuous. So the left hand limit and the right hand limit doesn't match each other, and that's why it is continuous. The second point for a function to be discontinuous is f of x is not defined at x is equal to a. That means that there is a break at a particular point a. Therefore, there is a break occurs, and therefore it is known as a discontinuous function. The third point for a function to be discontinuous is that limit of x tends to a is not equal to f of a. So this is the third and the last condition for a function to be discontinuous. So if limit of x tends to a is not equal to f of a, then we say that the particular function is discontinuous. So geometrically, the graph of the function will exhibit a break at x is equal to a. So we can say that the function f of x is discontinuous, that is, it has a break at point x is equal to a. So the third concept that we'll learn now is the removable discontinuity. So what is a removable discontinuity? If limit of x tends to a minus fx is equal to limit of x tend to a plus is not equal to f of a, then it is said to be a removable discontinuity. So if limit x tends to a minus f of x is equal to limit x tends to a plus f of x is not equal to f of a, then this is known as the removable discontinuity. That means, what does this mean? That the LHL, this is nothing but the left hand limit and this is nothing but the right hand limit. So if the left hand limit and the right hand limit both are equal, both are matching, but they are not equal to the f of a, so this discontinuity is nothing but removable discontinuity. The fourth part is a non-removable discontinuity. So if limit x tends to a plus f of x is not equal to limit x tends to a minus f of x, then the function is said to be a non-removable discontinuity. So if the left hand limit and the right hand limit are itself not equal, then the discontinuity cannot be removed, and hence it is known as a non-removable discontinuity. So limit f x tends to a minus, this is nothing but the left hand limit, and the right hand limit, that is limit of f of x is equal to a plus. So if these both are not equal, these both are not matching, then it is known as a non-removable discontinuity. Whereas in removable discontinuity, the left hand limit and the right hand limit both were equal, but they were not equal to the f of a. That's why it was known as a removable. Whereas in non-removable, these both are not equal. So the next important part is continuity in an interval. So when can we say that a particular function is continuous in a particular interval, that is in a particular set of points the function is said to be continuous. So first, a function f of x is said to be continuous in an open interval a b if it is continuous at every point in a b. So we'll assume a function f of x. So the function f of x is said to be continuous in a particular open interval a b if the whole function is continuous in the limits of AB, that is all the points in AB. So it should be continuous at each and every point in the interval AB. So this is the interval AB, so it must be continuous on every point, every single point. Then only f of x is said to be continuous in the particular interval AB. The second important point is a function f of x is said to be continuous in a closed interval AB. So a particular function f of x is continuous in a closed interval AB. So it is continuous in the closed interval AB if there are three conditions. First is continuous at every point of the open interval. Continuous at every point in AB. It should be, so the first condition itself that it should be continuous in the open interval AB. It should be right hand continuous at x is equal to a. And the third condition is that it should be left hand continuous at x is equal to b. So if these three conditions are met, then the particular function f of x is continuous in a closed interval ab, whereas in open interval ab it should be continuous at every point in the open interval ab. So the next part we'll see is algebra of continuous function. So the sixth part is algebra of continuous function. So if f and g are two continuous functions, so the f and g are two continuous functions at point x is equal to a, then alpha f is alpha x, then alpha f is continuous at x is equal to a, where alpha belongs to R, that's a rational number. Second point, f plus g is continuous at x is equal to a. Third, f minus g is continuous at x is equal to a. F dot g is continuous at x is equal to a, and f by g is continuous at x is equal to a, provided that g of a is not equal to 0. So there are two functions f and g, and they are continuous at a point x is equal to a. Then the further algebraic conditions stand for these two functions. Alpha x is continuous where x is equal to a and alpha belongs to R. F plus g is continuous at x is equal to a. F minus g is continuous at x is equal to a. F dot g is continuous at x is equal to a, and f by g is continuous as x is equal to a, provided that g of a is not 0, because if it's 0 then it will become an infinity. So now we learn the various functions that are continuous and they don't have a break. So the various continuous common functions are, first of all, f of x is equal to x, that is, it is an identity function. A constant is always continuous. F of x is equal to x square is a continuous function. F of x is equal to sin x is a continuous function. F of x is equal to cos x is a continuous function. Then f of x is equal to e to the power x is also a continuous function. F is equal to a power x, where a is greater than 0, is a continuous function. Log x is also a continuous function. So these are the common continuous functions that we look, and the discontinuous functions which have a break are fx is equal to 1 by x, this is one discontinuous function. Fx is equal to e to the power 1 by x at x is equal to 0, it's discontinuous at x is equal to 0. F of x is equal to sine 1 of x, 1 by x, this is the discontinuous function, is equal, and f of x is equal to cos 1 by x is a discontinuous function, and f of x is equal to cot x and cosec x is equal to cot x and cosec x is also equal to is a discontinuous function when x is equal to n pi. So these basically are all the discontinuous functions, and if x is continuous as at x is equal to a and g, so if f is a function and it is continuous at x is equal to a and g is continuous at x is equal to f of a and g is continuous at x is equal to f of a. So what we come to know that if f is a continuous function at x is equal to a and g is a continuous function at x is equal to f of a, then the composite g of fx is continuous as x is equal to a. Then the composite, what is the composite? G of f of x is continuous at x is equal to a. So they are continuous at x is equal to a. So how to find out the jump of discontinuity? So all the discontinuous functions have a jump, have a break, that is a jump. So jump of discontinuity is nothing but mod of right hand limit minus mod of left hand limit. So mod of right hand limit minus left hand limit would give us the jump of discontinuity.